What I would like to do in the short time that we have is to tell you a little bit about the challenge that we faced trying to improve Israel's overall positioning, and I'll explain in a minute the difference between positioning and branding, the way we see it as it applies to places. If in the past, traditionally, countries engaged in branding and marketing exercises mostly in order to attract tourists, then today you see more and more places that are doing what's called holistic country positioning or holistic country branding that is meant to improve the performance of a place, a city or a country across the board. It's about the ability to bring more tourists. It's about the ability to improve the performance of your leading export brands. It's about the ability to attract more and more foreign investors. It's about the ability to open up your popular culture to the world, and so on and so forth. These are all great assets. In country positioning, we need to do two things. The first is understand what is it that the brand brings to the table. What is it, the number one asset that you have? So we said in the case of America, it's America about freedom. Miss Liberty is the visual articulation of that. The second thing you need to know is once you figured it out, what is your relative advantage? And this is the difference between positioning and branding. Branding is about the design of the language, the design of the message. Positioning is about what you do in order to improve your place vis-a-vis your competition. So if I said to you, imagine that Tel Aviv is a human being. Okay? What kind of a human being would Tel Aviv be? Would Tel Aviv be a heavy human being or a slim human being? Slim. Would Tel Aviv be a young human being or an older human being? Young. Would Tel Aviv be an energetic human being or a sleepy human being? Energetic. So basically, you know, in 3-4 questions, we can define to ourselves very, very quickly the DNA of brand Tel Aviv. And in this case, the DNA of brand Tel Aviv is nonstop. The reason why nonstop is so effective is because nonstop, just like any other effective strategy, is an authentic articulation of a simple, basic truth about the brand. Tel Aviv is indeed a non-stop place. It doesn't necessarily have to be positive, by the way. It has to be authentic and reliable. That's the number one condition. In our case, by the way, we discovered that the American people feel that they have plenty of information about Israel, so they think they're very knowledgeable. But what they know, they don't necessarily hold in high regard. If you will not take the proactive approach and define your own brand identity, whether you're a soft beverage or you're a country, rest assured your competition will do it for you. There is no vacuum. We were looking for the one thing that you, the people of the world, will be able to accept about Israel that will be authentic, reliable, and attractive at the same time. Creativity, the creative spirit. It comes from the DNA of our culture. The permission to ask questions. The permission to test boundaries. The permission to challenge authority. The permission to argue. It makes it very unpleasant sometimes to do business with Israelis, but at the same time, the argumentative nature is the driving force behind Israeli creativity. This is the reason why there are so many startup companies in Israel. This is the reason why we have more scientific papers published per capita in Israel than any other place. This is the reason why we have more patents registered per capita than any other nation. This is the reason why Israelis are so creative and innovative. This is something that we didn't have to redefine. We simply had to uncover. It was there the whole time.